Well, hello, hello. Let's see. Am I loud? Am I live? Oh, there it says I'm live. Okay, good. Okay, let's just see if we see some people. Oh, hello. Okay. I've been looking forward to this all day. Are you guys ready to craft? Okay, I see. Let's read some comments. Melissa's trying to round up some last minute stuff and find her desk. Well, I'm not going to lie, my desk was kind of messy a few minutes ago. And Kim says she has no idea what to do tonight. Too busy playing with Gina's stuff. Well, yes, that's fun too. I mean, you're welcome to play with anything that you want. You're welcome to just watch if you like. But we're really hoping that people jump in and join in our card casing. Oh, Susan, you're just watching. Girl, you need to craft. I think Shelby's planning on joining us. I don't know if she's going to case the card. I think that was her plan. I know right now Amanda's out looking at Christmas lights with her littles, but she said she'd be on later. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, well, I know it's a busy. I have half an idea for me. You know, there's nothing wrong with half an idea. And I'm not going to lie, the way I started out is not really how my card's going to go. And I mean, I haven't even really, I've just sort of prepped a few things, so it could still go south. You just never know what's going to happen. Okay, and Cheryl's here. Excellent. Oh, I think Shelby's here. And so it looks like Shelby is under the Two Scrapbook Friends name. I'm not going to be typing anything because I'll be talking. I did say earlier on that I was just going to pour a drink and then I would be joining you, but it looks like, yes, she's TSF. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I just pulled out the cards that I made on the last Craft and Connect, which was episode 3. And your own YouTube subscription. Oh, that's fine. You can use the Two Scrapbook Friends one. Yeah, so I pulled out the cards that I finished. I know I've shown them in a live this past week, but I don't know if everybody who's here has tuned into that. So here are my finished cards from the last one. And I finished 2 cards live, mostly, and then I finished 2 cards after the live. I continued to craft. So these 4 cards are going in my stash, which I'm thrilled about. Deb says she has started her card swap cards. You know, if I could use these sessions to work on my card swap cards, that'd be really great. I would just have to tell my swap partners not to look. Because then they wouldn't be surprised. But that's okay. So I have another idea for tonight anyways. Susan loves these cards. I do too. I'm thrilled with how they turned out, really. I love the color palette. I love the color palette so much that I'm using the same color palette tonight. And yeah, so these are going in my stash. I just love them. And I'm very happy that I got 4 cards done last week. So this week, okay, I have to figure out how to get this up here. This week we are going to, let me add this to the stage. Haha, this is the card we are going to case. So this kind of came about in the last episode. We were chatting and somebody said, wouldn't it be cool if we knew ahead of time what set we were using and we could play along? And then we got talking about other things and I said, ooh, but what if we put a card up ahead of time and everybody kind of does their version of it? And then we can kind of see what people come up with. So everyone seemed pretty excited about it. Now, we don't have a super large group here tonight. And you know what? That's kind of to be expected because as we get closer to Christmas, this is going to be harder for people to set aside time. But I did send out, I did a post on our Facebook, and I think I just did it on Facebook. And I kind of was giving you a little nudge and saying, saying you don't have time is not an excuse. It's just, you really just have to make this one of the things that you have to do if you really want to play. I like to preach when it comes to stuff like this, because I've learned over the years that although this is work for me right now, kind of, I'm really focusing on what I want to do when I do these sessions. So it's kind of selfish. Melissa said my nudge reminded me and got me here. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, so just like try to really set aside a little bit of time for yourself, whether it's during our Craft and Connect sessions or whether it's at some other point during the week, because life gets busy and you'll always make time for the things you have to do, but not always for the things you want to do. So make this one of the things you have to do. And I mean, for me, scheduling the live, it kind of makes it a must do for me. So I could very easily get very sidetracked on other things, but I'm here and I'm kind of ready. So we're going to dive in. So this is the card we're going to case. Now I'm going to remove this. I think I figured out how to put the card up in the corner. See if it works. And I think it'll pop up. Oh gosh, well, it worked before. Oh, now it puts that. Okay, wait. Ha, there it is. Okay, so that is just up in the corner there, just nice and tiny, but it'll be there so you can kind of refer to it. And then most of my workspace will be open. I just realized I left my overhead light on and I can see there we go, a shadow, and I don't like that reflection. Okay, so like I said, my thank you cards, where did I put them? Right here. This was the color palette that I kind of used last week. And you can see that it's transferring over quite nicely into the palette that I'm going to use this week. And that's the cool thing about swatching out inks or cardstocks, because when you find a combination that you like, you can transfer it over into other things, which is fun. And I love that part of my thinking was not a problem tonight. I was just able to do it, and that's it. So I pulled out the colors, and I'll just review those with you. These are all Tailored Expressions colors. So I'm using Tiki Mule. I'm using Papaya. I'm using Honey, Latte, and Mocha. So those are the colors that I'm going to use. My theme for my cards this week is going to be pet sympathy cards. So in the last little while, there have been 3 opportunities for me to pop a card in the mail to a friend that has lost a pet. And I missed out on all of them because I don't have time when it happens to sit down and create cards on demand. That is not who I am. I will never be that person. I like to create because I want to create, not because I have to create. So I do better that way. And so I thought, you know what? 3 times I missed the opportunity to send a card. And I thought, I'm going to need some pet sympathy cards in my stash. So here's another thing that happened this week. And if for those of you who are moms out there, moms to boys, my son, a middle child, messaged me and he said, Mom, do you happen to have any extra Christmas cards in your card stash? Because I have a client that I would love to send a card to. And I'd rather do one of your handmade cards than one that you buy at the store. What? I'm like, well, of course I have cards. So that was the first great part. The next great part was, okay, well, I'm not going to take pictures of all my cards, but I want you to pick the one that you want. And he lives 30 minutes away from me. So I said, we'll do a video chat at 7:00, and then I'll just pull out my stash and, we can go through it together and you can pick out the one you want. So I got to do a video call. I've never done a video call with my son. Both my boys are not into the video calls. Amanda will do it all day long, but my 2 sons, not so much. So we did a video call that lasted 15 minutes, and we had to do a process of elimination because he liked so many of my cards and he was having a hard time picking. But he did pick one, and then I stamped a sentiment for it and I dropped it off for him to pick up. And yeah, so I felt really good about that too. So that's another reason to have great things in your stash so that your kids can steal them. So I think he has had me do 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th card that he's asked me for. So I'm quite happy. And I don't want to disappoint him when he messages me and say, oh, well, I don't have a card for that. So that's my motivation to keep making cards. So anyways, I decided I'm going to do pet sympathy cards, and I am going to kind of follow along a little bit loosely the card that we're casing. So for those of you who have never cased a card before, the thing about casing, you're basically just copying or some version of copying. And it's not a problem to do that as long as you're not profiting off of from this. So, and the other thing is too, if you're posting it somewhere or something where people are going to see it, you should give credit to the person who created the card. So when I sent out the email, the photo is watermarked with the person's name on it. I did look her up on Instagram. It doesn't look like she's active anymore. Her account is still there, but she hasn't posted in a really long time. So that's the only real like rules around casing. And casing can mean a lot of things. So there's a few different versions of what the word means, but basically it says copy and share everything. So, but when you case a card, you don't have to copy it exactly, although there's nothing wrong with doing that. You can just kind of use it as a layout and then kind of think of it in your head as a sketch and then go based on that. You can change the color or the theme. You can use completely different products, but in a similar way, which is kind of what I'm going to do. And definitely put your own spin on it. Like, I mean, it could even just be something as simple as a color inspiration from it. So there's lots of ways you can approach it. But the whole idea behind it is just to spark your creativity and have fun. Like, so don't stress about it at all. My whole thing was behind this was to get people involved in crafting along with me. And then if we want to share our designs, we can post them over on our inspiration group. But I did put in the email that I sent out to keep in mind that if you want to share your work in that group, this is Two Scrapbook Friends friendly. We're not talking about companies that we don't carry, never have carried. I won't mention names on here, but you know, we try to keep everything very Two Scrapbook Friends friendly. There's lots of groups out there that don't have rules as far as what brands or companies you use. And, you know, if you want to post your work over there, you can go ahead and do that. But when you are working within our group, again, we try to keep things very Two Scrapbook Friends focused. So we just ask that you respect that. If you're not planning on posting your work, you can use whatever you want. Again, the chat, we just try to keep it very Two Scrapbook Friends friendly. So that's the only rule we have. So we hope you have fun, those of you who are playing along. And again, I am going to be creating based off of the card, and I haven't pre-colored or pre-anything. So I am crafting in real time, so I'm slow. And things don't always go exactly as I plan. So things could take a turn halfway through. I have no idea. So we're just going to kind of go with it and see where we end up. So just in the chat, how many of you are actually crafting and how many of you are just watching? I'm always interested to know. And for those of you who are not crafting, do you have a good reason? Because this is fun and we really do want to, you know, get people involved in doing this because it is fun. And we will do this periodically. Sometimes I will just craft and, you know, work with whatever. But sometimes we'll do this card thing. Okay, so we got some people here. So Melissa's crafting, Christine's crafting, Kim's crafting. Somebody was crafting all day but watching now. You're all crafted out. Yep. Wendy prepared some things and let's see if they work. Deb's going to try. Karen's watching for now because she has to go to bed soon. Yick. Oh, we got lots of people crafting tonight. That's awesome. Shelby, what are you doing? Are you actually crafting? Are you casing the card? Or are you working on swap cards? Because I know that was on your original plan list. Okay, I am going to actually create this. So what I did ahead of time, as you can see, is I did a whole bunch of sentiments. So again, I wanted to do pet sympathy cards. I don't have any sentiments, but I had a couple of sympathy. Well, I had one sympathy set. So I pulled that out. And it was one of the Tailored Expressions mini strip sets. And I read through these, and some of them work and some of them don't really work. So I had probably enough to work with on here. But I thought, well, I wonder if I've got something else. So I looked through some of my other mini strips, and I came up with this one. This one is the sending one. And a few of them jumped out at me, like sending lots and lots of love, sending hugs and kisses, sending hugs. And there was, I thought, one more. No, that was it. So I thought some of those would work too. So I ended up, on a sentiment frenzy. So what I did was I picked out my colors of cardstock, and then I heat embossed with white on all the colors in each set. And then I cut them all out and I put them in my favorite tray. So they're all here and I can pick and choose what I want. And the great thing is I love this color palette, and I think it's something that I would grab often enough. So when I'm done, I will have lots of extra sentiments that I can put in my stash. And I keep telling you guys, the way I craft best is to have things at my fingertips and like ready to go, like in my stash, because sometimes I have to do things quickly, and it's just really nice when I don't have to pull out my sentiment set and heat emboss in a bunch of different colors. If it's already done for me, I was going to be like, woohoo. So I did that first, and then I kind of played around with how I might use them and in what order and so on. So I came up with these two designs. So this is kind of how I'm going to end up stacking my sentiments, which is, in my brain, I thought I was doing it real similar to the actual card example, but then I noticed that their strips go straight across the page and cover the whole card front. They're all the same length. They just stagger where the sentiments are. Well, mine's not going to be like that because I did all this work and then I thought, oh, shoot. But that's okay. I'm kind of happy that it worked out this way. I think it's going to be okay. So I did kind of one in the papaya palette and then one in the tiki mule palette. And I want to do a cat and a dog. So the next thing I had to do was run around my craft room and find out if I had cat and dog stamps or dies that I could use. So that was a bit of a challenge. I knew I had one set of cat stamps that I wanted to use. I bought it a while back and I thought, ooh, I'm going to use that. So this is the one that I had intended to use. So I really love this little guy here. So I thought that would work really well. But there are three to choose from. The one with the little heart is also very cute. And I thought that would be kind of fitting, but we'll see where we end up. But I did stamp out this one. So that's this guy right here. And he's really cute. So I did that. But then I had some samples on the corner of my desk that had that Lawn Fawn had made for this release. And I noticed this little guy. And I thought, oh, he's kind of cute too. And then I know there was one that came with a stack of books. So I thought, well, I'll cut those out. So then I ended up with these two little cuties cut out too. So that's kind of the way I'm leaning now, but we'll see. And then I also cut out the little ball of yarn because I thought that was cute. So that's what I did for cat, but dog was really hard. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't find anything dog. So I went through my sets, and this is an oldie from Avery Elle. And it's called Feels Like Home Edition. And I think this is an add-on set for another set that has to do with reading. But at the top here, there's this little dog. And so he got cut out. So this is what he looks like. So he's pretty cute. And then I went and found another set that is from MFT called Snow Buddies. And there's a really sweet dog here. But this dog has a scarf on it. So I don't know whether that's going to be okay or not, but I cut him out because I just thought he was really sweet. So then I got that one. And then I cut out some grass pieces that I found on a couple of different sets. One of them was from the Extraordinary Easter set from Lawn Fawn. So those two little grass sprigs right there, I did. And then I also found this set that I had never even inked up yet. And it had the grass here from Mowing Your Lawn. Uh-oh, my stamp is missing. What did I do with it? Shoot. Maybe it's still in my Misty. Oh, great. I lost the stamp already. Anyway, so I did stamp that out and cut it out. So that's that. And then, yeah, so that's all the stuff I got out. I thought, okay, let's work with that and see how we do. So that's what I mean when I say go crash your stash, because sometimes you find things that you don't even know you have. Oh, and I did think of Gus and Gertie, Susan. I really did. Except all my Gus's looked really cheery. I would have to take a little more time and go through them all and see if I could find one that would work, because Gus would be very easy because you don't have to do a lot of coloring with him. But the ones that I did pull out, I wasn't sure whether I would go with him or not, but that's a good option. And I definitely want to expand on this because, as you can see, I've got lots of sentiments, but I would like to make a few extra cards, and I might pull that out. The Snow Buddy set is very cute, but like I said, he's wearing a scarf, so I'm not sure if that'll work or not. Oh, Paper Diva is crafting as well. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Shelby's currently hunting for something in her stash. Okay, well, that's good. So what themes are you guys doing? How about that? Like, type in there what themes your cards are going to be if you're casing the card. Because when you see a card sample, you don't have to do the same theme. You can switch it up. I actually almost did Christmas, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm Christmased out. I don't want to make any more Christmas cards. So that is what I'm going to do. And then what I did was I recently got this set right here. This is the paw print double card front from Concord and Ninth. And the funny thing was, I must have had this on a list when I was ordering product for the girls to set aside a set for me. When I got to the store, I saw it on my desk, and I'm like, why do I need this? I don't even have a dog. Like, what was I even thinking? So I kind of set it aside on my desk, and I was working, and all of a sudden I went, wait, cats have paw prints too. And I have cats. And then I thought about the sympathy cards, like pet sympathy cards. And I thought, oh, that's why I got it. So I'm going to use that tonight too. Okay. What are people saying here? Birthday, Christmas or winter, Valentine's, Christmas. I'm doing Christmas, crashing my stash. Awesome. Oh, Katie, hi. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, so awesome. You guys are picking some good themes. Nice to see some variety there. Okay, so I went ahead and I did a couple panels up, and this is what that little paw print thing does. See, it just puts little paw prints in the background of your card. So I thought that was kind of cute. So I did that ahead of time. And what else did I do? Oh, I have my card bases here. One of them was already stamped. The other one not. So they're ready to go. So that was the prep that I did ahead of time. So now it's just a matter of putting it together and seeing how that would work. Carolyn's doing friendship. Oh yeah, the paw print is super cute. I love that. So I think it's going to be pretty fun. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to start creating. I think what I'm going to do is cut my panel down a little bit so that it sort of nests onto my card front with a little bit of space. I don't think at this point I'm going to put much color behind it, but that could change. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space. I might take like, let's do 1/8 of an inch first, because we can always take more if we want. But I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch in each direction, and we will see what that looks like. I might end up taking off a bit more, but we'll see. Because that's going to narrow up my workspace a little bit. So I want to make sure I get this done first. Okay, so let's pull my card back on here. Let's see how much space that gives us. So that's not much. I'm going to take another 1/8. So I'm going to go a full 1/4 inch off each of the opposite sides. And that way it'll give me a little bit more of a border. Okay, I think that'll be good. Oh yes, that's much better. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going for. Just a little bit of a border around. So now I know what space I'm working with. And I think I'm going to do the dog one first. So I'm going to pull over my sentiments here. And I'm just going to kind of start lining these up on here about spacing. And I am going to put mine right together when I stick them down. Now, the fonts on these are a bit different, these sets. The Sending one has a newer font, and the Sympathy one is their, older font that they were using on everything. So I don't mind that they aren't the same. I'm good with that. But that's I'm going to kind of stack them up like that. And I think those colors look really good together. And I'm just going to sort of center them. And then I'm aiming to put that critter on the top with a little something and go from there. Okay, what are we doing here? Just got home, so I won't be able to craft tonight. Well, that's all right, Marlene. Maybe you can join us later. Oh, love the cat from Tail. Oh, yes. So let me see. I can show that one to you again. I believe I can still get it, and I can check. But the cat one is super cute. And now I feel like I need to go on a bit of a hunt for things for dogs because I don't have much. It is called Forever and Ever. So let me just see if it is something we can still get because I should know that. Let's just see here. It is. So it is something that we can still order, and it does come with stamps and dies. Okay. And it is a really sweet one. I'm just trying to see, like, even some of the samples that they have up on their website are really cute. Oh, they only have one. Well, oh no, there's more. Yeah, they have a couple of samples up, but I've seen some really cute things done with these little cat stamps, and they're kind of like chunky. But this one, he just looks a little clueless. He's kind of like Cooper. This one just looks so cute. And then this one, she's like a little princess. But they are really sweet. So that is something we can order. So if you're interested in it, just let us know. Just email the store, and then we can get it in for you as well. Can you give tips for best lining up the sentiment strips? Well, we're going to have to watch me do it live here. So yes, I do have some tips. And one of the tips I have is a T-ruler, a T-square ruler. So tonight I'm going to grab the, I'm going to grab this Pear Blossom Press one. Now, I'm not using it to do all the fancy things that it does, but I am using it to line up my sentiments so that they will be straight. So I know about where I want to start at the bottom of my card. So basically you're going to, with a T-ruler, it just looks like a T, and you're going to put this, the T part against the edge of your card. And then you're going to be lining up your sentiment even with your ruler. Once you get the first one on, as long as it's straight, then the rest should fall into place. So as long as you can get the first one on and it's straight, you should be good. Melissa's saying Christina Werner has a great dog one. Yes. Puppy Pate stamps and dies. Yeah, there's a lot of really cute ones out there. But again, I don't have a dog. I never really thought about it before. And this is the thing about building a stash of cards is you quickly realize where your gaps are. And that to me is a huge thing. Like, and then you'll find, as you give away more cards, you'll always kind of be grabbing for a certain style of card, whether it be thank you cards, whether it be birthday cards, Christmas cards, like whatever it is that you like to give away. But it's those kind of different ones that come up, like, somebody is retiring. And because you're a card maker, you think, oh, I want to give them a card. Well, I don't have any retiring cards, so I need some of those. Obviously, sympathy and thinking of you, sending hugs, stuff like that is always good to have in your stash. And sometimes those cards that are like just a note are very, very good to have in your stash, because just a note can be a lot of things. Just a note to wish you a happy birthday. Just a note to tell you I'm thinking of you. Just a note to say thank you. Just a note to wish you a happy birthday. So the just a notes really work really well. And then you can personalize them on the inside, which I really like. But yeah, I'm starting to dive into these areas that I just simply don't think of when I'm shopping for product either. Like I just didn't buy dog stuff because I don't have dogs. And so even if I was to use my products on my scrapbook layouts, I'm probably not scrapbooking dogs. But it is a good thing to have in your stash because when a friend loses a pet, you know, you want to be able to send them a card to let them know that you're thinking of them and that it means something. Karen says, I need to find a good just a note stamp. Well, I'm going to make a note and I know of a few and I can send you some information. Just a note. Perfect. And I'm going to write Karen's name down here so I remember. So, okay. So I'm going to start out by putting my first sentiment on here. And I'm laying them flat against the base of the card. I'm not giving these any dimension. So I'm going to come down a bit. And that's where my first one's going to be. So I'm going to get out my glue press here. I'm trying to be tidy as I go because I find when I'm doing lives, sometimes I feel like I have to rush, but I'm learning I don't have to. And then I lose things. So I'm trying to be more mindful of that when I am crafting live. But I did not check my glue press before I went live, and I haven't used it in a bit. Oh, I've lost my pin. Oh, there it is. So I'm just going to, sometimes if I leave the lid off, I have to put a pin in there just to get it going again. I think this bottle is getting close to being empty though. This is still my first bottle of glue with my glue press. And I think it's getting to the point where it's getting quite empty. Okay, so I'm just going to hold my tea roller there, and I'm going to put my first sentiment down. And as long as that first one is straight, you should be good moving forward. So that's how easy that was. I probably have it a little to the left, but that's okay. So now, and I mean, these don't have to go straight either. They can be out and over, but I'm going to kind of stack them. Waffle Flower has a good one as well. I think Waffle Flower makes a die that says just a note. Oh, yeah, you're right. There was a die that just said just a note, and we did have that. I don't know if we still do. See, this is the thing, you know, you get these products in, and because the companies release so quickly now and so much more often, we kind of get them, they run their course, we move on. We don't keep everything in stock. So, I mean, we couldn't possibly, there's so much, but there is lots out there for sure. But the Just a Note theme is a good one. And I like to use liquid glue when I put these down because it gives me a little bit of time to wiggle them back and forth if they need to go side to side, but you can see that they're stacking up quite nicely. So do you guys all have your Christmas trees up and your houses decorated? I do not. I wasn't even sure if I was going to put a Christmas tree up, but I kind of feel like I want to. So I was hoping to have a little time this afternoon, but I didn't. But I'm going to chip away at it this week and get it up. I also have to start wrapping because Christmas is going to be here really fast. We only have 5 more in-person shopping days left at the store before the holidays. And then we are going exclusively online, which will be a big change. But I think you guys, a lot of you don't live close by anyway, but Oh, shoot. We've got a lot of great things planned. So it's going to be a super awesome shopping experience. On the 24th of December, we're going to be sending out an email detailing all the new shipping information because it's all going to change. So that will be something to look forward to. I know all our local people are very curious about what is going to happen. That looks pretty good, eh? I love that. I love that. Those colors. You know, it's so funny. I'm sitting here crafting in front of me, and when I look over at my screen, I'm like, ooh, I like that. Is that weird? But it looks nice on the screen. So again, different from the card that we are casing, because the card we are casing, the strips went all the way across. And in my head, that's what I thought I was doing. But then when I started cutting them out, I'm like, no, that's not right. But that's okay. I changed it up. Okay, so there is that part done. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one so we can get these sentiments out of the way, but I have to trim this down first. Okay, my card is done. What? How can you be done already? Oh, holy super speedy. Gosh, I haven't even got my sentiments down yet. I still have coloring to do. Oh my gosh. Did I cut that too short? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I am not a fast crafter. Like if we were having a speed competition, I would come in last every single time. Like I'm the slowest. Okay, Kim, did you say what theme you were doing? I don't remember. I'm going back up to look. Oh, you said you were doing Christmas. Yes, well, gosh. I think she gets the award for fastest card. And I'm going to get the award for slowest card. But you know what? I learned a long time ago, for me, it's not a race. Whoa. For me, it's all about the process. And my process is slow. Some people are very fast crafters, though. Like Christina, oh my gosh. She can whip them out. Me, not so much. Okay, so now we're going to put this one in here, get this nice and straight so that all my others will line up. I had to go fast before I forgot what I wanted to do. That is a true statement. Sometimes I get going and I have an idea, and then I don't know, something will come up, and then I walk away for a minute and come back, and it's gone. I don't even know where my idea went. Sometimes I write it down. Not always. But wow. Sometimes I have too many ideas. Does that happen to you guys where you have way too many ideas and then your brain becomes like a scrambled egg and you can't get anything to work? I find that I get like that if I go searching for ideas, like on Pinterest or something. If I look too much, oh my gosh, it gets out of control. Sometimes it's better to just go with your first thought and let it develop from there, because sometimes it's like, oh my goodness, I want to do this from this card and this from this card and this from this card, and then I can't get anything done. Oh, I think I hear Cooper. Yep, he's here. He must know we're working with cats and dogs. Yeah, and I mean, for me right now, like doing this live is a little bit stressful because I really don't have a firm plan. Sometimes I think something's going to work, and then you do it and you're like, well, that looks terrible. And then it takes me a while to kind of get back on track. And I'm always afraid that's going to happen live. But hopefully not. Linda's been lurking. Oh gosh, Marlene. I have so many tabs open all the time. It's really a thing. But I did close quite a few tabs before I went live, so I think we should be okay. I got all my work done. So I just knew I could, kind of breathe and relax because I wanted it to be fun tonight. Okay. How's that look so far? Pretty good, I think. I like the color palettes. So again, I'm just going to bring in those cards from last time because I want to show you how it's transferring. Oops, this way. From last week to this week. And see how I've just picked that color palette and I still like the way that it looks together. Different, but similar. So Linda's still figuring out YouTube. Oh, yes. Well, there's a learning curve. I connected late. Did you heat emboss your sentiments? I sure did, Judy. I didn't do it live, but I did do it ahead of time. I did do a little bit of prep this afternoon, but look at all my sentiments. See how many I got done? I'm so impressed. So I did use the simple strips from Tailored Expressions. Are they called simple strips? No, mini strips. Mini strips. And I used two different ones. I used the sympathy ones and I used the sending ones because I'm doing pet sympathy cards because I've had 3 people in the last little while that I could have sent a card to, but I missed out. You're impressed too? Yes. So I'm going to have, what I'm hoping to do is be able to make a few cards. I'm going to make one of each tonight, but I'm hoping to make a few of them and then I'll have them in my stash so that if you need them, I can. Looks like a stack of books. Oh, I know. It's so pretty, right? I just love it. Can't stop here though. We're not done. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is put those up here. I'm going to work on the dog one and I'm going to color up a couple of images. So I have my little dogs that I found in my stash. This guy here has a scarf. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. And this one here, he's holding a little book that says play and it's got a little tennis ball on it. So we'll see. But they have similar markings in that they have spots. So I thought, well, that works out kind of nice. Now I did do a little swatching ahead of time. Here's my cheat sheet. I was sort of playing with colors because I kind of wanted it to match. But I just wanted to have a little bit of a plan. So I'm using a combination of Olos and Copic markers, depending on what colors I ended up picking out. So I'm using both. If you didn't know, you can use both of them together. They're both alcohol-based markers, so you can mix and match, no problem. I'm restarting my polar bears as I Copic colored the polar bear and he's too gray. Well, that's okay. You can start over. No rushing here. And Linda says she's working on the Corgi stamp and die from Tailored. Yes, that was a cute one. Oh, see, that's another one I could get. Yeah, I forgot they had that really cute dog one. Yeah, I'm going to go on a little bit of a hunt for dog stuff because, and I thought too, it would be nice to have a collection of products that are pet related that we carry all the time. So that when people are looking for this type of thing, we would have a section on our online store for that because there's not always new pet stuff all the time, but I think people are looking for pet stuff all the time. So that's something that I would like to implement. We have a lot of things we want to implement. So we're looking forward to that. But I'm going to get started coloring this. So I am going to use Olos. I'm going to use 07.3 and 07.7 for my dogs. Okay, so they're good. He's going to be a lighter color dog with dark spots. Now, I always have a hard time coloring live. I wear glasses and it's hard for me to see. So I'm going to do my best and hope I don't go outside the lines. But normally I have a magnifier that I use, but I can't do that when I'm going live. And I'm also not going to spend a lot of time shading and stuff. Live, that's harder for me to do. I think that the images turn out just as cute, even if you don't do a lot of shading. I might do a little bit here and there, but I'm going to focus more on getting the designs colored and staying within the lines. To me, that's more important. So we're going to color these. I actually like watching people color. It's a weird thing, I know. But I find it so relaxing. And I don't do it often enough. I think I get away from that. And I don't know why. I think it's because I don't like to do it live, so I just don't do it. But I do enjoy coloring a lot. And Amanda's actually taught me that you don't have to get all crazy with your shading, and you can still end up with really nice looking images, because she doesn't do a lot of shading when she colors, and her cards always look so great, because once you get everything put together, it all looks fine. Oh, isn't he cute? Okay, so now we're going to color up this guy. I'm going to have to choose. Actually, I'm not going to have to choose, because I'm probably going to use them both on separate cards. But I'm going to have to choose on the one I do tonight, because the one has a scarf, and I just wasn't sure how I felt about that. Whoop, kind of went right over his eye there. It's okay. I'm coloring it a darker color, so it won't matter. And I think when you have a black and white image like this, and then you start to color it, they really come to life. It's very fun. So do you guys like to color, or do you stay away from that? It's mostly die cutting. I did have one dog I could die cut, but he was kind of tricky, and I think he was too small for my card. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave his ear, and I'll color it the darker color. Okay. I just color. I never shade. Yep, you know what? It's okay. I'm crazy. I try to get too many shades in a small image. And Melissa, I know you've had a lot of experience. Melissa does a lot of Jen Shirkus's classes. And you know what? That's a good thing to do, is to sign up for a class where they give you instruction on how to color. I'm actually much better at it if I do it that way. My cards turn out really good, but I have someone kind of telling me what to do next. So I do like that. So that's beneficial for sure. But you don't have to. That's, I guess I'm just sort of, letting everybody know that you really don't have to do all of the extra work if you don't want to. Wow, he's really cute. Oh, I know. Cooper knows I'm coloring dogs. What banner die do you use? Mine are all wider. Oh, Katie, this one is like, you mean for my sentiments? So this is a die that goes along with those stamps. I didn't show that. Sorry. Yes, I hear you. So these are the mini strips from Tailored Expressions. And so it's one stamp, and then you put the die over top. So here's the dies. One has the banner, and one has a straight one. I think they have a rounded one too or something. And they just came out with a backer die for this too. So it gives you another shadow layer. But these are great. And so I've even done it where I just cut these out of white or cut them out of a color. And then I can just use whatever stamps I want on them. So you don't always have to use them directly with these. But that's what they're designed for. And they have these little like registration things here that line up with these, and makes it super easy to cut them out. So that's what I used. But I do use these just on their own sometimes too. And then you can pull out like one line sentiments that you have and do that. I like to color as well, but can't figure out shading. And Kim, don't let that deter you. Like, just seriously, just pull out markers and color. I'm not doing a lot of shading tonight, and mine are going to be really cute. It's okay. We don't have to look like professionals. We just have to have fun and be happy with the look when we're done. That's all that matters. It's great to get inspiration from all those very talented people, but we don't have to do everything the same. Well, he's just so cute too. So there's my little dog. So I'm going to do a black nose. So I'm using an Olo WG9 a WG7 for his nose. Oh, I said 9. Oh, I'm going to go 7. It's not quite as dark. I'm going to make him have a dark nose. There we go. He's so cute. Okay. So now I have to decide on scarf. So on this one, I'm going to be using it on this card here. So I'm going to go with that blue color. So I went with Copics, and I chose BG53 and BG57. So I may do a little bit of shading on the scarf, but I'm not going to go crazy. So Melissa says, I love Copic coloring. Jen Shirkus taught me. Thank goodness. I refer back to her class handouts all the time. Yep. And Melissa's right too. Practice, practice, practice. The more you use your markers, the more comfortable you get with them. And then you start to kind of learn how to work with them. Definitely practice, but don't be intimidated. Just dive in. It's very fun. I think no matter what you do, whoever you give the cards to is going to be super impressed that you made it. So they're not going to be focusing on how well you shaded. I don't think. Okay, well, that looks pretty cute. So I think this blue blends pretty nicely with my cardstock color. So there's my shading. Whoopie-doo. So I'm just thinking, can sit right up there. Isn't he cute? And then this one, because again, I'm going to probably tie it in on this side with the blues. I'm going to make the playbook my blue color. I wanted to keep my colors minimal just because I don't want to have to introduce a lot of different colors. That way you get a nice cohesive color palette. And it makes it easy. What paper do you stamp on, then use Copics? You just want a Copic friendly paper. I'm using Hammermill right now, which we sell. There are a number of brands. People say you can use Neenah. I never use Neenah. I find I get a lot of bleeding with Neenah. We also have, I think Catherine Pooler has paper, and hers is quite nice too. And hers is Copic friendly as well. But paper does make a big difference because it helps absorb the ink and allows it to move and blend. So it's very important to get good paper. And it also matters what kind of ink you stamp with as well, because it's an alcohol marker, so it will pull the ink out of your stamped image if it's not the right kind. I'm using Memento tonight, but I have several different brands of ink. Some of them are a hybrid, so you can use water, or you can use water or alcohol. So I think, in my personal opinion, I think Hammermill is the most Copic friendly paper for beginners because it allows you to really saturate the paper without it pooling. It handles a lot of ink well. And I think as beginner colorists, we tend to overload the paper with color, and sometimes it's too much. So if you like, I've had great results with Hammermill. That's the one we sell the most of for sure. So I've always had great luck with that. And I stamp it, and then if I can, I let it sit for a little bit before I jump in and start coloring. But I have colored right off the bat too. So either way works really well. Okay, so here's my second one. I did not think about what I was going to do with that tennis ball, but I do have a green picked out. And I know that tennis balls aren't normally green, but I'm going to go with, it's an Olo G 5.1. And we're going to do that because it kind of works okay, I think. It'll tie into my grass color. So I'll just do the banner like that. So that's perfect. Okay, so either one of those pups is going to look great on here. One of them will have a scarf and one will have a book, but we'll see. And now we're going to do our kitties. And again, I have not decided whether I'm going to go with the books or the mug. So we'll color them all, and we might color this guy too. And then we've got the ball of yarn. So I'm going to start with this one. And with this one, I am going to go with more this honey color for, I'm going to kind of make this like a calico, like that's how they did it on this one, which I think is quite cute. So I'm going to do the honey color, and I'm going to do gray. So I chose an Olo 4.3, and then I did an Olo WG3. So I'm going to go with those two colors, and we're going to see how this works. So we're not going to color in the whole cat. We're just going to color in parts of her. So I'm going to see how I do. I might blend it out a little bit with a 0 marker. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, but we're going to give it a go. Just going to do little sections here. And then we need some in her tail, like right here. I'm kind of using this card as a sample. So I'm going to take my 0 and just lightly blend kind of right here. Let's see if we can get that paper or that color just to kind of blend out a little bit. Oh, not bad. Okay. So a 0 marker it actually removes color. It's just pure alcohol inside there. So it just helps kind of blend that out a bit. And then I'm going to go in with that gray. What did I do with it? Oops, right here. So what did I say I was going to use? The 3. Yep. So that's the WG3. And I'm going to do a little bit on this side. Oh, she's going to be cute. And then a little bit here. And then a little bit on her tail right there. And just a touch on her back. See, I would never think to color the cat like this. But how cute is that? Shelby, are you still with us? You're very quiet. Are you still looking for things? So I'm just, again, using my 0 just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And we're going to pretend she's got white in the other areas. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. And then we're going to do her mug in this papaya color. So I used Copics for that, and I did the YR01 and 02. My room is a disaster. Well, you're not supposed to be cleaning your room. You're supposed to be creating something fun. But I know what it's like when your room is a disaster. It's really hard to find things, and sometimes it makes me feel not creative. So sometimes, even though I don't have time, I have to slow down and just clean up a little bit because it just gets so crazy. You can't find anything. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit. So I'm doing a little bit of shading with this, not anything too crazy. Excuse me. And then I have this really light brown, the 07.1. I'm going to just fill in the top of that coffee mug. Just a little bit there. And then we need a little black for her nose. Should we make a pink nose? I think maybe we should. I'm going to make it, I know, a good R20 for Copic is my cheeks and my nose and my ears that I do. So I'm going to use a little R20 for her nose. She's so sweet. Okay, there we go. So that, again, the colors are going to be perfect for my card there. And I think I want to color her the same way or similar. I don't know if I can. I don't have a sample. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're just going to wing it. We can do it. And then maybe one paw, just a little spot on her paw. And then maybe this part on her hind leg. And maybe a little spot right here too. I'm just making it up. Maybe a spot on her tail. And then we're going to do the gray, which I said was number 3, this one. So we'll do a little bit on her face here. And we'll do maybe a little bit under her chin. Ugh, I don't know if I like that, but oh well. I'm going to stop there because I want to do a little pink in her ears. So now I'm going to use my 0 and blend it out. Okay, I'm going to read comments in just a minute. Okay, what are people saying? Do you know the difference between, say, a Copic C0 and a 0? Oh, yes. C0 is, isn't that like a cool gray? Yes. They have C's that are grays and they have W's that are grays. So that will have a bit of a gray tone to it. 0 is no color at all. You're creating with a mess. Creating a mess is amazing. I think it's the time of year we should all give ourselves grace with our disasters. Oh, 100%. I give myself grace all year round with my disaster. I'm just, it's what I live with. And then I have a brain that doesn't shut off very much. It works great at 4 a.m. Yep, I have a brain like that too. And Susan said her craft room is a huge disaster. You can't see the floor, hence why I can't find anything and end up buying doubles. Oh, Deb, you're done? Wow, you guys are fast. And Lynn's down to a 10 by 10 space, writing Christmas cards, and then have to finish my swap cards. Yeah, you know what? I mean, everybody's approach to crafting is different. And when they craft, it's different. How they craft, what they like to craft. Some people have, they clean up as they go. Everything has to be neat and organized. That's kind of me. But if I really get going, oh my God, sometimes I can be down to like a 6-inch space that I can work on. And there's stuff everywhere else. But I'm getting much better at controlling the mess. So yeah, I try really hard, but it is tricky. That's the wrong color. Where's this one? I gotta add a little pink to her ears here. I'm gonna add a little bit of pink to that ear. So cute. And a little nose. And then what else? I think she looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do my books in the papaya and the honey. No, I don't know. Maybe. Yes. Where's that honey combination I did? Where's my, I'm getting disorganized. This one. Yes. The 4.3 for Olo. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to, again, I want it to go nicely with my word strips. So I don't want to clash too much. I don't want to make it overly colorful. Because our subject is not, shiny and bright here. It's sort of sad. So I don't want to overdo it. But I think this will work out okay. We'll just color this in here. And then I'm going to color these. So I have a little project I'm working on for Christmas. I'm hoping to get it done, but I've given myself permission to not get it done, and then it would be ready for next year. But I'm really trying to get it done without stressing myself out. But anyways, I did do some coloring with that, which was really fun. Okay, oops, I'm going to do, I think I have to introduce another color here. I don't know if the dark brown will be what I want, but let's see. The dark brown was what? 7.7, that's this one. We're going to see if it works out. If not, it is what it is. Oh no, I think it'll be okay. Is anybody else crafting things for Christmas? I like to give my crafty friends a little something handmade. But like I said, it may or may not happen. Oh, see, that looks okay up there. Not bad. Okay, so we've got that done. And then we have this little ball of yarn, which I also think I'm going to do in those coral colors because I just think it will look so cute. So we're going to do, you know what? I'm going to do the whole thing in the light color, and then I'll do a little bit of shading, but I don't know if it's really going to show up. No, shading doesn't really show up too much, but that's okay. So that's super cute. So that's that one. And then I'm going to do this one. And I think, so I have a 4.3 and a 4.6. I wonder what this would look like. Okay, we're going to try. So I'm going to color. This is the Tailored Expressions one. I want to color this one up just because I might use it, but I might not. It's a bigger image, but it's so cute. And I liked this guy. He looked he reminded me of Cooper, actually. Just has a bit of a stunned look on his face, which Cooper does most of the time. He's not very bright. He's very, very cute, very funny, but he's not so bright. Okay, so now we got to do his tail here. And then I'm going to do a little blending. We'll see if I destroy it. What are we saying over here? Oh, mine is about half of that right now. Wow, Shelby, what do you got out? Making cards for my grandsons right now. Nice, Tanya. Oh, I didn't even know you were here. It was nice that you've joined us. I also have a calendar to finish for my mom and son-in-law. 2 months each to go. Clock is ticking. I know, nothing like sweating, eh? It's a marathon. Yep, I gave myself permission to not get it finished. If it doesn't get done, it'll get done for next year. And that's okay. So I'm just adding the darker kind of over the outsides here. I'm just going to see how this turns out. Might be a disaster. Now we're just going to blend that out. Ugh. I should be using my sticky mat. Hold on. I don't know why I'm not. Or tape like Jen Shirkus does, but I can use my sticky mat. Because it's moving around on me too much. Much better. Oh, he's very cute. And I like these colors too. Sorry, are you guys even able to watch me? I'm focused so much now on my coloring that I'm not really paying attention to what is on the screen. Oh, he's very cute. Oh, now I'm going to have a hard time picking. I mean, how cute is he? I need to add a little bit of darkness to his tail. Just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I got to get this on the right marker here. Oopsie, I did it wrong. Now that'll dry back a little bit, but he's pretty cute. So again, putting him up there. Let's see. Oh yes, and even with the little ball of yarn, I think it would go quite nicely together. So that one could be used as well. Okay, but I think I'm going to go with my original plan. We're going to save him. I really like this one. It's very, very cute. Okay, so that's my coloring done. I like both the dogs. Scarf or no scarf. He's pretty cute. Oh, I need to do my grass. So I have a few different options here for grass. I think the dogs need grass. The cat has the ball of yarn and the little mug, so we have an accessory. But I don't have anything for the dog, so I thought I might do grass. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, I have everything I own out right now. Too many rush projects on the go. Oh my gosh, it's so true. But don't you find that in December you come up with all these really great ideas, and you think, oh yeah, I want to do that for Christmas. Well, you can't do them. It's because you're busy. So that's why, like, try to do what you can, and then stash them away for next year, and you'll do them then. They'll be ready to go. That's what I'm going to do. Well, no, I'm going to try my best to get mine done. Okay, so what was I'm going to use G 5.3 in an Olo for my grass. And this is just straight coloring, so not too tricky. Oh, with all these lights on, it gets so warm. I feel like I need to open up my window a bit. Whew. Because I have 4 lights going just to do a live. Isn't that crazy? So this grass is from the little lawnmower set, which I just think is so cute. Both my husband and I are very, very busy. So this past year, we actually hired the guy up the street. I call him a kid. Well, he's a kid, but he's got his own business and does a fabulous job. So he cuts our lawn, and I thought, I need to make him a card. Again, one of those things that I'm not going to do right away, but I'm going to have some in my stash. And then one day I'll give him a card, and he'll love that. Okay, so there's that grass. And then I'm not sure if that's the grass I'm going to use or whether I'm going to use tufts of grass. So I got these. And these are just little tufts of grass, which is kind of nice too. You can place them where you want. And again, I'm not worrying about shading. I'm just coloring it in. And we'll see if these work out. And if not, I'll tuck them away with the stamp set. And then the next time I think I need grass, it'll already be ready. So I'm doing a couple extras here. One more. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. I usually do handmade tags. Yeah, I had, well, and so again, I got that new set from Tailored where it's like a quad and you do a whole bunch of tags all at once. I still want to play with it, but I think when I make them, they'll be for next year's presents. I'm not going to use them for this year. So then again, pressure's off. I won't have anything down this year and I won't stress. Nope, that's totally fine. I'm just feeling exhausted. The 48-hour weekend doesn't work for crafters. It does not. I made tag for presents last year and made everyone put them in a container after they had opened their present. No tags, no presents this year. Yes, I have Express It cardstock as well, and that's another good one. I just happened to grab Hammermill. It was at the top of my pile. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is decide how this is going to work. So if I use this one, he's got to go this way. And I think he would look better with tufts of grass. So whether they're in behind him or on top. I don't know if I like that. What if we use this guy? Because he can sit on the mound of grass. So the mound of grass can go there and he can be sitting on the grass like that, which I kind of like. So that one works quite well. So let's do that one because I'm live and it just makes more sense. I'll have to play with the other one. Where's my tweezers? There they are. So I'm going to put the grass down first and then I'm going to use something to pop up my dog. So there's some grass. I'm just kind of putting him off to the side like they showed on the card. I just need some foam adhesive. Yes, Express It is good cardstock to color on too. So Susan, I'm going to challenge you. The next time that we have a case it or even just a regular one, I want you crafting on something. You've got to be able to find something in that room of yours. You have to join in the fun. Because it is super fun. I got to get my little dish over here for all my scraps. Okie doke. Let's put my little dog up here. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Now I definitely want to put some hearts on here. Melissa, I'm an hour ahead of you and fading fast. Yeah, well, I don't think I'll be finishing all my cards tonight, but I definitely will get the 2 done. I'm just looking for a die that has hearts on it because I want to cut out some hearts. That is one thing I did not get done before. And I know I have a die. Here we are. This die, I don't even know where I got it or what it's from, but it's like a row of hearts. I can't even tell you who makes it, but you can cut out a whole bunch at once. And so I'm going to do that. So I'm asking a poll. What color heart should I do on this card? Should I just should I do red? I think I want to do red hearts, and I would do red on this one too. So this little kitty's going to go like on the edge here, I think. Now she looks like she's falling off. Yeah, she can sit like that. Okay, so the ball's going to get popped. So I'm just waiting for a poll. Like, do we do red hearts? Because hearts are red usually. I'm thinking I'll do red. I know it's not like in my color palette, but I still think it will go. But I'm waiting to see what you guys think. Because I could do the blue hearts and the papaya hearts as well, and then it would just sort of blend together. Gosh, this is so cute. So I've got 2 votes for red. Nobody else cares. And Melissa said tomorrow she's going to start her swap cards. Yeah, mine are done. I actually cheated this month. I pulled from my stash, but I had made them, so they are good. But I just knew that this was going to be a busy month for me, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to get it done. So, oh my gosh, those are so cute. Okay, I'm going to just quickly grab a scrap of red, and I'm going to cut out a few hearts. And then we will have a couple of finished cards. I have to find my red cardstock. There it is. I've got a little piece of scrap. Like, I even keep little pieces of scrap like this. And then that's going to be perfect for these hearts. So I had thrown that back in the package. And I'm just going to cut these out really fast. At one point I thought of cutting out hearts, and then I got distracted. And I didn't get it done. Oh, you baked all weekend. Well, see, I don't do that. I am not a baker. Okay, so these hearts are perfect. So I'm thinking we will put a few hearts on here. Probably 3. Oh, aren't they cute? Oh my gosh. Like, what? And then let's get them on here. Oh, they're so cute. I have one more. That's pretty cute, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll stick those down. I actually like the dog with the scarf. He's very cute. Maybe it's cold in puppy heaven. I don't know. Oh, he's so cute. And she's all cozied up there with her ball of yarn and her warm mug of something. Whoa, get off there. All right. Perfect. And now I just have to mount them on my card base. So I didn't end up using most of that grass, but that's okay. And this pup is going to go over here. All right, so now my question is, do I put a color in behind this mat? Like, do I put some of that Tiki Mule in there? Or do I just leave it white on white? What do you guys think? Because I can add just a little bit of color in behind. I'm just going to wait and see. White on white. Okay, we've got one vote for white on white. Somebody wants color. Oh, that's Shelby. I mean, the color might be cute. I might try that. Okay, let me just, I got the paper right here. We may as well give it a whirl. If I don't end up using it, it'll just go back in my stash. All right, so. Things are getting a little messy. Gotta make enough room to get my trimmer over here. Okay, so let's cut 5.5. Okay, so there's that one. And then here's the blue. Oh, I think the mat is going to look nice. But I might have to trim my front panel down just a bit because I like to have a little bit of the card base showing. And I think that, let's just try it. So we could go like this and then this. Well, that's pretty darn cute. Or I could go like this, so it's got a bit of the white showing. And go like that. Let's see how accurate my cutting is. That'll work out fine. Okay, I'm just going to do the full panel. All right, so now I'm going to show you a little trick. This is what I do when I have to do an edge-to-edge panel. I pull out, oh, here's my missing stamps. I put them away on my MISTI. But what I do is I actually use my MISTI as a guide to get this on straight. And actually, do I want to pop that up? Oops, I'm not doing that. Where's my blue paper? Oh, it's under here. Okay, so I'm going to do this first. So to get this on straight, I'm going to put lots of glue on. So I have a glue tube that I'm trying to use up. And this way I can dispense a lot more glue if it was not clogged. Let's see here. Of course, come on, cooperate. There we go. Sometimes it's just the tiniest little piece in there and it won't let go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is push this in the corner. And then I just push this right in the corner. And then it lines up beautifully and covers the whole front perfectly. But this one I'm going to pop up. Okay, well, let's get this piece in. Okay. But I do like to use the liquid glue because then you can kind of wiggle it around if you need to. Some people like to use foam tape and then use liquid glue on the foam tape so that they can still wiggle it. Get down in the corner. There we go. Perfect. Kim says she changed her mind. She likes the blue. Okay, well, yeah, you know, sometimes you have to try it before you know you like it. Okay, so then I'm going to use foam tape on here to pop this panel up. I like to pop up something, and I think this is going to look really good. Guys, I'm going to have 2 cards made in my new section for pet sympathy cards, and I have stuff cut and colored to make a couple of more, which is going to be awesome because I had 0 before. And I love this design. So thank you for the inspiration from whoever's card we're casing. I forget her name. The picture is color marked. It's in our email. Oh gosh, look what I just did. Is it inside enough? No. Oh. Okay, well, I put the tape on here and not on here. I'm going to have to fix that afterwards. It's just a card base. I'm not worried. This is where I want to put the tape. I'm talking and not paying attention. You're probably all going, hey, guys, what are you doing? Yeah, that's all right. That's an easy fix. I didn't destroy the actual card panel. I just did the card base. It's not a big deal. I can fix that. Stupid. Okie dokie. Now, this is going to go right on there. It's going to look so cute. Oops. I threw my die in here. It's going to end up getting thrown out. And that would make me sad because I have no idea where I got that die, but I really like it. It's an oldie. Okay, so I got to pull this down because I need to see. Okay, there we go. So there is finished dog one. How cute. I love that. And then the cat one turned out like this, except that I put the adhesive on the wrong part. I might be able to squeak that on there. No, I don't think I can. We'll have to see if I can fix that. If not, I will make a new panel. But isn't that sweet? So, and then I still have the book one, this one, and this dog one that I can turn into a similar card. And I have all these sentiments still left as well. So lots to work with for sure. So I can get a few more cards done up and then put into my stash. So that is great. All right, let's see. What is everybody saying here? So cute. Been creating with Gina every day with her 12 days of Christmas. Nice. All right, ladies, I think I am done for tonight. How did you guys do? Did you get anything done? Can I peel the tape off? I might be able to, but what I'm afraid of is it's going to wreck this this background, but I'm going to try very carefully. I think I might be able to do it. Yeah, see, it's ripping the paper, but if I can get it to rip the paper up far enough, it won't matter. Oh, I didn't push down on it very hard. Oh, I think I just might be able to make it work. Let's just see. if I do it very carefully. I think the sides are okay. Yes, it's just the top and the bottom. So let's see here. Yep, it's going to work. Oh, thank goodness. There's nothing worse than when you make a mistake like that. Let's just see if this is going to go side to side. Okay, it is. All right, perfect. So I can take these off. Thank you, Susan. Just make me do it right now. Okay, ready? Let's get this on straight. Perfect. No one will ever know I messed it up. Perfect. Okay, they're done. Okay. Color looks really nice. So cute. Yeah, it does. I like the color a lot. So I'll just show you again those cards from last week. So this is the color combination that I used last week. And I just transferred it over. No ink blending this time, just the card stock. But isn't it like it's awesome? I didn't have to come up with a new color scheme. And then this one is the same as this one, or very similar. So I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to go clean up my mess, call it a night. And we'll have to see about whether or not next weekend will work. I will know like by Thursday-ish, and I'll make sure I send out an email and post so that I can let you guys know. I don't think it'll be a case it kind of thing, but plan a project for yourself for Sunday night. And even if I don't go live, just reserve from 7 to 8:30 for yourself and work on something. You don't have to complete it, but you can start it and just make it something that you can pull out and work away on. But hopefully I can join everyone next Sunday night for another Craft and Connect episode. And we will see you then.